Welcome to Hardline 4x4. Today I'm going to show you how to have an opening hood on your RC4 drive Toyota Hilux body. I've got a couple Trail Finder 2s. This one came off of one of them. I built it to be faded and kind of beat up. But there are things I don't like that I did, as like cutting the box like that. I'm not a fan of that. And then I overly cut the front fenders. I cut that off right there when I should have left it like this. But I'm going to show you how to remove the hood, because these are solid mounted when you buy them. There are many ways of doing it. You can use string, which is the cleanest way of doing it, or you can score it with a X-Acto knife, which it works as well. It's not as clean. I think I'm going to try this time. On this body I used a piece of string, actually a braided fishing line, and it turned out pretty good. I'm going to jump ahead a bit and then I'll show you where I'm at in a second. So you can see I kind of have started here. You can kind of see the line that I have slowly cut. So what you do, I won't really exactly show you with one hand, but with a steady hand you just try to line it up in the center and you lightly drag. You put a little bit of pressure, but you don't want to push too hard to where you'll break the body or break the fender off or something. And you just keep going. You work to each side, just slowly, just don't rush it, because you don't want to jump across and cut through the hood. And they just keep going, brushing. And then once you get enough, you flip it over and you can kind of see white lines where you're cutting. And then, yep, I just broke it there, which is a good thing. Once you score it, you can kind of see where your cuts are. And then you just kind of go along, lightly pushing on it to get it to crack loose. Just be careful. I didn't get this side good enough, but this side is it's free a little bit, if you can see it there. But alright, so I went ahead and kind of just scored along each edge. You just kind of make sure you get the corners good. And another thing to note is that when you are cutting the hood off, you will lose these tabs. The center one will stay, but the outside two, them ones are right in the line of fire of where the hood comes off. And you will also have to remount your grill, because these have to get taken off. So just keep that in mind. You'll just have to build little tabs to put in your fenders to mount your grill. I'll probably show how to do that as well. I mean, this one I just used some styrene to put in there, but this body is going to be a little bit more scale. But you just keep going along and scoring it. And then once you get to a certain point, you can kind of just start wiggling it. Just be careful and check, make sure where you're cracking it off at and if you got it cut properly. And then like I showed before, there's some white lines in there. If you can have a steady hand, go across them on the back side. It'll make it easier for the hood to just kind of pop out. but I have got it pretty well off. Just a little bit more to do. So I've just got to trim it a bit more and it should pop right off. Oh, cat's found something. So basically my hood is off. These little tabs, what I've learned best to do is either stick a screw in them and take your pliers with that screw in there as far as you can get it to go and kind of just bend it and tweak it off. They usually just pop off. And then yeah, just make sure you score it good and keep wiggling it to make sure that you know, you're getting it cracked properly and you're not just destroying the body here. See if I can't get this out now. Alright, the final moment here. Just trying to wiggle it off slowly. Just hung up in one spot. There it goes. Oh, here comes a cat. Cat decided that she wanted to be the star of the show. But anyways, there's the hood. It's all off. You're gonna have to sand it, obviously. The edges aren't perfect, but they're pretty damn good. And then I'll have to chop these off with probably a Dremel. Sand the hood, and then sand all this, just the edges, get them nubs shaved smooth, and then we'll move on to the next step of getting some styrene laid in here. Alright, so we're on to day 2. All I did last night was I sanded the body a bit, scuffed it up, getting it ready for paint. The box is out in my garage as I am painting the bed flat black like this. Today I'm going to be putting the hinges in. They're just 3D printed ones. So I'm just trying to get all the body lines to make sure that they fit, and they are. And then I had to cut this off because my bumper has this drop and it barely fits. I don't want it to pinch off my winch wire. So, well, I suppose we'll get started here. Alright, we're back. I just got the hinges put in. I also got the back window plate glued in. There's the hinges. Just gotta let the glue set up. And then I also built or cut out tabs for the grill to mount. And I'm gonna reinforce it a bit once I get the grill taken off and everything, but it should almost be ready for paint. So that's how them hinges go in there. Just a little bit more sanding and finishing, and be ready for some paint. Oh, well, one more thing. I've got to make some plates that run down here, kind of like I did here, except for I'm not going to make them as big as I did here, because it kind of looks a little bit dorky. So I just got to make some of those, glue them in, and then we should be ready for paint. And all I use for glue is, one sec here, is the super glue, Gorilla Glue, and use the gel. And just make sure you read how to use it, because you need to shake the hell out of it. And then just tap the top on the ground, take the cap off, and then you just squeeze it. And it's a really, really thick gel, which allows you time to get it precisely where you want it, and it doesn't run when you're trying to do stuff like this. Like, you can kind of see how it bubbles out like hot glue would, but it holds. It has a a chemical bond, so it almost melts the plastic to get a good tight bond. So it should hold pretty darn good. Alright, we're back. I got the body all painted. It is 99% done. I got the decals put on. I got the toolbox all mounted, which is actually my battery tray. Got the interior all done. Just a few small things to work on, like the hood here. I gotta adjust it. And then I've got to do up an engine bay and get a small 22R in there, get everything kind of hidden. But other than that, it's pretty much done. I think it turned out pretty damn good. I'm pretty shocked with how the body came out. So you can kind of see the mounts. Well, maybe not. Grill mounts, but since then I got that all wrapped up, and today I got the new grill mounted to its old body. So now this truck is going to get, or this body is getting painted yellow, and I wanted to go towards like the 79 body style with the circle headlights. So I had to tear the mounts for this style grill. I had to take the mounts I made out of the body and break them off to put new ones in. So now there's new mounts in there, so it'll hold the grill up nice. I shaved down these, so now all that's left to do is paint it. It's gonna be yellow, and then I'm not sure what's the plan yet, so it'll be more of a crinkled, beat up yellow Toyota Hilux is what I'm thinking, but it will be in a later video. But for now, this guy is done, and that is a big relief. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. But yeah, see you next time.